A joint operation at Caribbean International Brewery Company Limited on October 6 and 7, 2022, led to the detention of 8 Chinese nationals and the confiscation of $3.1 million. To date, both cases remain at the court level. The 8 Chinese nationals charged by Immigration Department for the failure to comply with visitors permit are tonight out on bail and are expected back in court soon. And today, the owner of the beer company was hauled to court along with his fiancée to also answer to immigration charges. Elmer Cornejo reports.
Caribbean International Brewery Company Limited's owner, Kevin Zinn, appeared before Magistrate Deborah Rogers at the Orange Walk Magistrate Court this morning. He was there to answer to 9 charges brought against him for employing a person not in possession of an employment permit. Zinn is being accused of employing the 8 Chinese nationals that were detained by immigration on Thursday, October 7, when a raid was carried out at the beer company. Those individuals received a single charge each of failure to comply with visitors' permit and are tonight out on bail after pleading not guilty. The 9th charge was levied upon Zinn for employing his fiancée Liping Shu at the company. Shu accompanied Zinn to court today, but not to show him support. She is also facing a charge of her own. That's of failure to comply with the conditions of a visitor's permit. Shu holds a Canadian residency and is a regular visitor to Belize. She entered the country on September 30, 2022 to visit Zinn. Today in court, both accused were represented by attorneys Dickie Bradley and Marcel Cardona, whom the media spoke to after the proceeding.
This morning, I believe Miss Lucy was charged with a similar offense to that of the previous, I believe, 8 previous workers that were brought in last week. And of course, Miss Lucy is a lawful visitor in the country. She came in to visit her boyfriend, who happens to be the lawful owner of the brewing company. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing illegal in her traveling from abroad to come and visit her boyfriend here, right, to Belize. Now it has me completely confused why it is that the authorities would have chosen to put a charge on her that she's working illegally in the country of Belize when she's not a worker. She is the fiancée of the lawful owner of the factory. She's here as his, at his request, as his lawful guest. And they charge her that she's somehow working for the company. So obviously this is a clear example how the authorities have gone far and beyond to stretch the facts, to twist the facts, in fact, to twist it to suit their narrative. And that is something that I would like to make abundantly clear. That was brought to the court's attention. Unfortunately, thank God, the court will exercise its common sense and discretion in the matter, and it decided that it agrees that how can you throw behind bars in jail on remand an individual who is given a charge like this one, a dummy charge, a fake charge, for want of a better word, a charge that obviously will more than likely not stand up the scrutiny of a court of law.
For their side, the Immigration Department is trying to prove that CIB strictly employs Chinese nationals. But Attorney Bradley argues that his client employs over 80 Belizeans, and he has no need to use the services of his fiancée as being accused of doing.
Big Boss is only charged because he is the owner of Caribbean Brewery. The charge is that some of the Chinese were workers. You can't charge the Chinese and make allegation that they are working and then who have them working. So when the matter comes to trial, as Mr. Zing has said in his prepared statement and made an effort to say it in English, he's basically saying that his company employs more than 80 Belizeans. When the immigration went there, they found about a dozen Chinese nationals. And you know how some persons are prejudiced. They take all the Chinese and go with them. Who lawfully working, everybody is lawfully working. But I think Marcel is expressing, having spoken with Miss Li Ping, who is a permanent resident of Canada, who just came to Belize the end of September to visit her fiancé. Her passport, which the immigration has possession of, shows that she's a regular visitor. She not come here for work. You know, up and down all the way from Canada and America. He can't come work. And he's employing over 80 Belize people. He don't need to spend 10, 12,000 US dollars to bring a worker to Belize to work because we look for work, we beg for work. If he give me a list and tell me I want 20 people right now, I bring 40 people from Belize City who will work at Brewery and drink good mine beer. A mine is a terrible thing to waste.
Sir,
So we're making light, but I think if I understood the statement, what Mr. Kevin is saying, that he believes the justice system will show that nothing illegal had taken place.
Bradley intends to prove to the court that there is nothing illegal happening at the Carmelita-based beer company. In fact, he says his company chose Carmelita because of the proven quality of the water in the village.
Did you know that the water under Carmelita village is wanted by all the top water companies in the world? They want to get that water because the scientists have come and tested it's pure, fresh, healthy mineral water. You don't want to drink anything out the river because they wash vehicle, they make the diesel get in there. Well, we did at the correct place. No river is as messed up as this river that passes here. So I did not know that. I listened with my mouth open and saw the reports that the quality water in Carmelita, man, I hope Belize City don't have them thing there. Huh? So he believed when matter come to court, the evidence will not stand up. Caribbean International Brewery have no reason to break the law, no reason to have people working who don't have proper documentation. That is just so unfair. And we have particularly hurt it because Leaping, is, as my colleague has emotionally said to you, Leaping come visit the fiancé. How you, they're so eager for it. You know, I mean, like, they're so used to rounding up illegal people that they just round up all of you. If we're in America and we're black, then I round up all of we too, you know. And then we have to fight the way that we never cross the river. So the point he wants to make is he's here 20 years. He loved this country. He and family take all their investment and come put it in our country. And he believes at the end of the day, Belize will show that he has done nothing wrong.
After listening to both sides, Magistrate Rogers offered Leaping Shoe bail at the sum of $7,500 plus two sureties of $3,750, which she met. Kevin Zinn's bail was set at $6,000 plus two sureties of $3,500, which he was also able to meet by midday today. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
Both accused go back to court on November 30th, 2022. Since the raid was carried out 14 days ago at Caribbean International Brewery Company Limited, its owners have only made their position known via a statement describing the move as an unlawful attack. Caribbean International Brewery maintains that the $3.1 million seized by authorities were the proceeds of its sales, not usually kept at its premises, but nonetheless illegally seized in its view and irresponsibly publicized, putting lives in danger. That case continues in court with Dean Barrow representing the beer company and Godfrey Smith representing the FIU, who wants to retain the funds for 3 months until their investigation is complete. Barrow, on the other hand, argues that if the funds are not returned to his client, they run the risk of going bankrupt. To top it off, the owner of the company, Kevin Zinn, now faces 9 charges of employing a person not in possession of an employment permit. Today, after his hearing, Zinn read out a written statement to the media.
Okay. Good afternoon, media friends and of Bleeding. I'm from Caribbean International Brewery Company, and I want to tell you that we are always following the law. I'm Belgian, and I love Belize. I have invested my life saving with other Belgian investors to building the Caribbean International Brewery Company. We make a lot of work opportunity for over 80 Belgians and pay few millions tax to the government every year. We established the charity foundation to help the people and public institutions in need. I still believe that the law will give me and Caribbean International Brewery Company justice. I think Belize really need a better investment environment to attract, invest, and to help the new business and investor grow and develop. I will try my best to do what I can keep the factory open, I think, because it's good for the region. Okay. Thanks all for your concern and support for Caribbean International Brewery Company. Thanks.
Kevin Zinn has held Belizean nationality for 21 years.